Oneka is a native of the Caribbean gentleman, and she has a love, a strong love for travel. All right.
Beauty to me is not surface deep. It is what God placed inside all of us. It is your dignity, your strength, your compassion to others. You have it on the inside, and if you have it on the inside, it will radiate out. My name is Oneka Byron, and I am your Miss North Texas.
Woo!
Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm in the presence of royalty. This is Oneka. Oneka has been on my channel before. We have done a few fitness videos together. So today I invited her to come and chit chat about life as a beauty. I don't even want to say beauty. She's not just beauty. It's just beauty and brains and talent and everything all together. She recently participated in Miss Ultimate Beauty of America. And you won.
First runner-up.
First runner-up.
Yes.
Still a winner. And I remember seeing you back in, was it 2016? 15. I judged her show. And she had like the best talent and just really impressive. So we're just gonna chit chat about pageantry. I participated in pageantry as well when I was much younger, but I'm not even gonna go back there because, yeah, that was back then. And so, disclaimer guys, Avenue is here. You all know what it's like if you're a mom and you have a toddler. It's not gonna be super quiet. So we're gonna try our best with this video, not make it too long, but Oneka is gonna talk and just share her experience as a beauty contestant. So tell me about Miss Ultimate Beauty of America.
Miss Ultimate Beauty of America is a pageant that took place in Houston, and basically it's for women of any color, any size, any ethnicity, hair color, hair texture. It's just open to everybody. We don't discriminate against anybody. You know, like certain pageants you see women of one certain size and just one stereotype, but this pageant, it was open to everybody. And when I was in that pageant, I met so many different kinds of women. It was just refreshing to see that in a pageant.
That's nice, because I feel like, when we look at typical beauty shows or beauty pageants, as you say, it's just a one size fits all kind of thing. But yeah, what I noticed about the one that you participated in, everyone looked different, and I know everyone bought something different as well. So when did you start? How did it start? Did you start off back in the Caribbean? Because Oneka is actually from St. Vincent. So I'll let you talk about that, because I have never been to St. Vincent, even though it's so close to Grenada.
I know. I've been to Grenada before, but yeah, in St. Vincent, I did one pageant. It was like a little pageant in high school, like your class goes up against other classes. So I did that, but it wasn't really like, like pageant how it is now. But that was my first little pageant, and then my other pageant that I did was in Houston, and that was a Miss Caribbean Houston pageant. And basically we go up against different countries in the Caribbean, and I like that very much because it kind of reminds me of back home, and it brings me back to like my roots a little bit. And also I got to experience other cultures that I didn't know about from some of the other islands, so that was pretty interesting.
Okay, so sometimes we hear about beauty pageants and we see everything that is beautiful, the gowns, the makeup, the talent, everything. For people looking at this video, can you share what your experience was like in preparing for a pageant? This, the misconception could be you have to starve yourself to death, or it is super costly, and that might be true. Maybe you had to seek sponsorship. Maybe things didn't work out accordingly. I mean, did you have everything that you needed ultimately, or what were some of the challenges, and how did you prepare for this particular pageant?
For this pageant, since I've been in a pageant previous to this one, I kind of learned a little bit more from the mistakes that I made in the last pageant. But I would say do your research beforehand about pageants, just to make sure that you really want to go into something like this, because it will take a lot of time and you have to know what you're doing. You can't just go in and be like, oh, I'm pretty, I could go into a pageant or whatever, but you have to do your research about pageantry. Also, try to get sponsors from family, friends, businesses, local businesses, sell something. I signed up for a vendor fair and I started selling water bottles with my name on it. Like I sell it for $2. I had a raffle at the vendor fair. I had a basket that I created, a gift basket from the dollar store. So I got like stuff at the dollar store that was like one color, and I just made like a nice little gift basket about it, and I wrapped it up nice, put a little bow on it, and I did a raffle for like $50 for that. So like I got some good money from that too, from a Dollar Tree basket. So raffles is good. I got sponsors from different companies or what's not, and they don't have to sponsor you money. You could get people to sponsor you services, like get your nails done, your hair done. I got a sponsor for my dress. All I basically had to pay for was the fabric. And she sponsored her services and she made the dress, and I got best evening gown, so hey.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna insert the picture. I hope I can get a picture, but the dress was beautiful. And guys, of course, I'm gonna link her information below so you can go follow her on Instagram. That dress was everything.
Yeah.
So I really admire the fact that you were really helping yourself and not just sitting down and waiting for things to happen. I do promote a lot of self-help and trying to turn around your situation and just trying to make things work for you. I own a small business. I know what the struggles are.
Yeah.
And it's really admirable, especially for younger girls, to see that you really tried to help yourself. You sold your things, you went to a vendor fair, you invested in yourself, and then the returns came all back right around back to you.
Yeah, you can't just sit there and just
Wish
wait. Yeah, just be like, oh, hey, I'm doing a pageant or whatever. No, you have to go out in the streets and be like, hey, I'm doing a pageant. You need to support me. You have to advertise yourself. You got to put your face out there to actually make people see that you're making an effort out here. So,
yeah. So I know you're in a relationship. How does your, I don't want to say significant other or other half, because you're a whole person by yourself, but how does your significant other see you, being a part of a beauty pageant and putting yourself out there? Because, coming from the Caribbean, sometimes there are men they're open-minded, and then there's some, they just don't even want you to be on social media.
Yeah.
So what is your experience with that? Is he supportive? Do you have that supportive partner? And just tell us about that, because not every woman's experience is the same.
Yeah, because also most pageants is catered to younger folks, so they don't really have that serious relationship or whatever. But this pageant I was in, they had the Mrs. category where it was like 29 and up. So yeah, there was the lady that won. She actually is a wife and a mom. Okay. So you gotta juggle that. But for me, I'm in a serious relationship, and he was like the most supportive person that I've ever dealt with. Like, he was on me, and he's like, you're not gonna eat that. No, you need to put that down. Don't you have a pageant coming up? I was like, yes, but I'm hungry. Yeah. But he was in the gym with me. He was grinding with me in the gym. He was like helping me with my questions. I feel like he was more devoted to it than me sometimes, because I just be sitting back and I'm like, I don't want to do this right now. He was like, no, you need to practice. Are you doing a talent? You need to get it together, Right. So he was really pushing me to it. So yeah.
And that is nice. It's nice when you have that support. Ron is always in the gym with me as well, and then just like having my business, and Ron has his own business now, so we support each other. It's really nice when you can bounce that off each other. Your parents, how do they feel? What kind of reception did you get from friends and family? Did you get more support? Did you kind of get like, aren't you too grown for this kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, well, my family, they were supportive for my first pageant that I did, because, it was an island pageant, and it was my first really big pageant. So they all came out to that. My family came and supported me and everything. But for this pageant, I kind of did it on my own. they were supportive in the background, but they didn't really come out to see it. Cause they're like, another pageant. We already saw you in a pageant, so you know, like we don't need to see you in another pageant. So I just didn't. I didn't mind it, but it's like as long as I had a couple of friends there, I was just cool with it. So it's not a big thing for me, but some people it is.
Oneka, I know you're on social media. I know you're on Facebook and on Instagram. I don't know what else you're on, but do you ever get negative feedback and negativity, and how do you deal with that? It's kind of hard to think that some of that does not come our way. For me, I do get negativity sometimes, especially, oh, aren't you a mom? Shouldn't you like set an example? And I'm like, what better example to set than, you know, showing what I'm currently doing, showing my daughter you can be strong and smart and do this and just be yourself, because I try to be authentic on social media.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that kind of negative, this folder that you have? So I know you prepare this, they didn't provide this is just how organized she is. Share, you know, because people are probably interested in pageantry and they don't know what it entails. So.
Yeah, for before the pageant, a couple of weeks before the pageant, I went online and I Googled different pageant questions. So I printed out all the questions and I came up with answers for those questions, like what they might ask. And they did ask those questions on stage to some of the other girls. So I came up with personal interview questions and I came up with on-stage questions. So I printed them out and I didn't memorize word for word. I just kind of memorized like some of the points that I might want to talk about in that question. And also I have my schedule, the full schedule of everything, like the time everything was gonna happen, pageant rules, everything for the weekend, outfits, everything. I printed it out and I put it in one binder. So I just be organized for everything and I don't be running everywhere looking for stuff.
Right. I'm really glad you're sharing, because I know people really think pageantry is just, let's put on a cute dress and makeup and just jump on stage. Failing to realize it takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah.
You know, it does, and a lot of discipline. So I really appreciate you being here. It's dark. We didn't have the best environment to record, but you look amazing. Your crown is amazing. If we come to your home, are we gonna see like an area where you have all of your pageantry related?
I have a little area for my trophies and stuff like that. I haven't put the crown on there yet, but I'll get somewhere to put the crown on there.
Yeah. It's so are you gonna do any more pageants? Do you plan on?
I want to do more pageants, but some of the pageants now are catered to younger folks, so there isn't a lot for my age group.
What's your age group? I mean, you're
like
younger,
both 20s, you know, older 20s.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I might not look like it, but I'm 31, so I'm older for like I was the oldest one at my pageant, and
anyway. So that's it, guys. We're towards the end of recording. Are you going to travel this summer?
yes, I'm going to go to Grenada. I'm going to Spice Mass. And I am so excited about Spice Mass because I try to experience different islands and their carnival. Even though we're similar, we're all so different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Spice Mass. I'm from Grenada, the Spice Island. So that's where she's going, and you're going to have a blast.
Yes.
It's one of the safest places you can enjoy carnival, and it's crazy. Prepare for a crazy, good, fun time, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else you want to put out there?
Well, just about pageantry. Don't be afraid of stepping out of your box. For pageantry, I was a shy person. I didn't.
You were?
Yeah. I didn't like being on stage. I didn't like talking to people, but I stepped out of my box and it was the best thing I could have done. Like I met so many cool people.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a lot of cool places and I have sisters for life now with pageantry. So like it was a great experience. I encourage you to do it.
Yeah. I did my first pageant at, I think, age 7. No. Maybe, I can't remember. It was such a while back, but it was Las Especias, the spices, back in Grenada. And then I have very, like, poor memory of that. And then I did one in 2006 in Oklahoma, Miss Soul Carnival, and I won that one. It was really crazy how I prepared for that. I literally prepared in 2 weeks. I got the best talent. It was a dance, because that's my strength, and best evening wear that I designed.
Yeah.
My roommate was the one who was supporting me all the way, and just like you, we had to I had to really try and get support and whatever for that pageant. The day after the pageant, I had a major exam because I was in medical technology school and we were backstage studying, so I was getting my hair fixed and I was trying to study at the same time. But that's how crazy that experience was. But that was my little thing with pageantry. So Ebony decided to interrupt this recording. We're at the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much, Oneka, for being here in the madness. I really appreciate it. Guys, go ahead and follow Oneka. She's all over social media. Give her the support. If you're looking for travel ideas, definitely the person to follow. As she just said, she's going to be traveling very soon. So I'm not going to try to compete with Ebony, but leave us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and until next time, peace. Bye.
Bye.